Section 11 of the Calendar and Other Verses. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Calendar and Other Verses by Irving Sidney Dix. The Sinking of the Titanic. Titanic, rightly named, sir, says the captain of the ship, and the safest of all vessels, now mark her maiden trip. And all think as the captain thinks, all her 2,000 souls, as steadily out over the sea the stately vessel rolls. For she is shod with iron, and her frame is built of oak, and stout hearts man the vessel, wherefore the captain spoke. And with naught for pleasure lacking, so stately and so fair, she seems a floating palace, fit for angels living there. So farewell, says merry England, farewell, says each green isle, and blessings for this noble ship on her initial trial, and praise be to her makers, and goodwill to her crew, and safety to her passengers, take this as our adieu. Oh, there were pleasant partings as the vessel sailed away, and there was joy in every heart that pleasant April day. And there were happy thoughts of home, of meeting kith and kin, for the stately vessel soon would be her harbour safe within. And so blue the sky above them, and so blue the wave beneath, that all thought of living, and no one thought of death, as hour by hour the vessel left England far behind, and hour by hour the ship sped on as speeds an ocean wind. And when night came, with fond good nights the floating city slept, yet ever over them rolling waves the mighty vessel swept. And no one thought of danger, until with thunderous roar the great ship struck the rock like ice, and shook from floor to floor. Then there was breaking timbers, and bulging plates of steel, and noise of great commotion along that vessel's keel. Then there were cries of anguish, and curses from rough men, and earnest prayers for safety, oh prayers for safety then. For women wept in terror, and stout men dropped a tear, and the shouting and the tumult was maddening to hear. Yet there amidst that seething the lifeboats one by one were set adrift at midnight, where cold sea rivers run. Then on that fated vessel the 1,000 waited there, in hope some sea-born sister would snatch them from despair. But no ship came to aid her, and in the dead of night the noble ship Titanic sank suddenly from sight. O midway in old ocean, in her darkest, deepest gloom, 1,000 brave hearts bravely went down to meet their doom. And what a tragic picture, oh what a solemn sight, upon that fated vessel with the stars still shining bright! Then there was time for thinking, oh time enough to spare, and there was time for cursing and time enough for prayer. Time for retrospection and time enough to die. Time for life's greatest tragedy, and time to reason why. That was the greatest battle that ever yet was fought. That was the greatest picture on any canvas wrought. That was the greatest lesson that mortal man can teach. That was the greatest sermon that priests of earth can preach. Yet no one fought that battle with sabre or with gun, and no one saw that picture save those brave hearts alone. And no one read that lesson there written in the dark, and no one heard that sermon that went straight to its mark. Nor shall we know their story, the saddest of the sea. Or shall we learn the sequel, the sorrow yet to be? But long shall we remember how brave men bravely died, for some poor lowly woman with a baby at her side. And when the world gets scorning the greatest of the great, when poverty sits cursing the man of large estate, oh then let men remember how in that awful hour the wealth of all the world was powerless in its power. End of section 11, The Sinking of the Titanic.